Everybody knows the story of Katniss Everdeen and Peeta Mellark, the star-crossed lovers from District 12. Their love story has developed into 3 books and 4 movies with millions of fans. Would you consider yourself one of these fans? Do you know everything there is about the Hunger Games? Well, I kind of doubt that, because few actually know Suzanne Collins' inspiration for her dystopian novel. As you are probably well aware, the Hunger Games saga clearly takes place beyond present day. I mean, that's kind of obvious. However, what most of you probably don't realize is that it actually has plenty of antecedents in the ancient world, especially Rome. Alright, I know what you're thinking. How does Panem resemble ancient Rome? Panem is a futuristic society with hovercrafts and unique weaponry, while ancient Rome didn't have any of those gadgets. But Rome has been known for its chariots, right? I mean, that's what I think of when I think of ancient Rome, of which were used for parading officials through the streets. And Panem, these chariots are used for the tribute's media spectacle before and during the Hunger Games. This is just one very obvious Roman reference, but Panem is filled with many other subtle similarities. Panem, the name itself, comes from the Latin expression panem et circenses, which translates to bread and circuses. This was the Roman Empire's technique to keep the people happy. It offered a variety of pleasures such as food, gladiators, exotic animals, chariot races, and sports competition. In ancient Rome, the panem were distributions of grain given to the people, and the circenses were public games and other mass spectacles that they could watch. This directly relates to Panem, as the victor of the Hunger Games home district will receive food and other gifts by the capital, and also in the reaping, a child's name can be placed more than once to receive more rations of food, so the bread or panem, while those in the capital watch the Hunger Games purely for pleasure, the circuses or circenses. A huge part of the political strategy utilized by the Roman emperors were these games. The Colosseum in Rome hosted these games where gladiators would fight to the death for the entertainment of the citizens of the capital. Sounds pretty similar to the Hunger Games arena where the tributes are forced to kill each other. There was even a time in ancient Rome when the Emperor Caligula sent innocent people from the public to battle because the gladiators were being killed off too fast, which even further resembles the Hunger Games where innocent children are the ones being sent in. These children are known as tributes, a word used in ancient Rome, tributa, to refer to the taxes paid to the central government for protection, which is quite ironic since these adolescents fulfill their civic duty by competing in the Hunger Games. The word is also used in Greek mythology to refer to the 7 Athenian males and 7 females whom, as a form of punishment, was sent every 9th year to be devoured by the Minotaur. This tale sounds quite similar to the Hunger Games, where 12 girls and 12 boys are annually sacrificed for the district's past mistake, with only one victor.
Even many of the characters have Roman names with historical reference to actual people. Cinna, Caesar Flickerman, President Cornelius Snow, and Seneca Crane are just a couple of the examples.
Cinna, Katniss' stylist, shares his first name with the poet in Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, a clear reference to Cinna's artistic side. Shakespeare's Cinna is actually mistaken for another Cinna who was a politician that helped kill Caesar, and thus is killed in a mob. The politician Cinna is a more subtle reference to Katniss' Cinna rebellious behavior, and the death clearly foreshadows the style of Cinna's brutal death before Katniss goes into the Hunger Games. Then there's Caesar Flickerman, the host of the Hunger Games, which obviously goes with Julius Caesar, right? I mean, they have the same name. But how do they relate? Well, you see, Caesar Flickerman represents the power of Panem, as he's hosted the Hunger Games for as long as Katniss has been alive, a clear representation of the capital's power, while Julius Caesar has come to represent the power of ancient Rome. Cornelius Snow, the president of Panem, is named for the Shakespeare's Cornelius, who supported the power of the aristocrats over the common people. A clear similarity in Snow's support of the power of the capital over the districts. Seneca Crane, the head game maker for the 74th Hunger Games, has similarities to the Roman philosopher who was forced to commit suicide when accused of conspiracy. That doesn't sound too far off from Seneca Crane's fate after the end of the 74th annual Hunger Games. Alright, if you've only seen the movies, the next reference I'm about to make you probably didn't even realize. The capital in the Hunger Games is spelled C-A-P-I-T-O-L. This seems kind of strange, right? I mean, usually when referencing the capital as in the center city of a governed area, it's spelled C-A-P-I-T-A-L. This was not a mistake, but rather a direct reference to the Capitoline Hill of Rome. It's one of the 7 hills of Rome, and it represents the heart of Rome. In ancient Rome, there were the wealthy class at the top called patricians. Most patricians lived in Rome, similarly as all the wealthy citizens in Panem live in the capital. Then there are the plebeians, who were the lower class citizen. They rarely lived in Rome, which easily resembles the people that live in the districts, especially the ones farther out, like where Katniss and them live. In Panem, just like ancient Rome, there was no middle class. Alright, there's two main sayings that people will quote when talking about the Hunger Games. I volunteer as tribute, and may the odds be ever in your favor. The latter of the two sayings actually is relevant to ancient Rome. Romans were very concerned with fate, luck, odds, etc. They're big gamblers, so this actually has some reference to ancient Rome. When you heard this saying, you probably thought nothing of it. You probably thought nothing of most of the references I already pointed out. But next time you watch this movie, see if you can find out more references that I didn't even talk about. And maybe the Hunger Games saga isn't the only movie with actual Roman references.